Hello, I'm Brother Taylor. Today I'd like to talk to you about le verbe boire et les articles partitifs. So this is the verb boire. Boire means to drink. So for example, I am drinking is je bois. You are drinking, tu bois, il boit, elle boit, on boit, nous buvons, vous buvez, ils boivent, elles boivent, they are drinking, all female. So, let me pronounce it one more time. Je bois, tu bois, il boit, nous buvons, vous buvez, ils boivent, elles boivent. Notice the NT aren't pronounced, just the V right here. Now, this verb is quite often used with the partitive. A partitive means a part of something. For example, here they have du, de, la, de. Du is a contraction of de and le, and it literally means of the. I'm drinking of the, for example, of the coffee, or of the tea, or of the and this could mean of the water, de l'eau. So, for example, but of course it doesn't actually translate that way into English. So really, how we quite often translate this is some. And this could also mean some or not any, because it's a negation. So for example, if I want to say I'm drinking some water, je bois de l'eau. See that? See that? Because it starts with a vowel right here. So that's what we use with something that starts with a vowel. I'm drinking some water. Now in English, we don't actually need to say some. You can just say I'm drinking water, and it still implies some. In French, you have to use the partitive. You can't just say je bois eau, for example. So another example of this is je bois du café. Café is masculine, and so it's du café because I'm drinking some coffee, for example. Je bois de la bière. So this means I'm drinking some beer. Notice beer is feminine, so it's de la bière, because this is with feminine. I'm drinking some beer. I'm drinking beer. It could mean as well. Again, in English we don't have to say some, but it still implies some. In French, you always have to use the impartitive when you're implying this. Now, if I want to make it negative, what do? I say je ne bois pas de bière. I don't drink beer, or any beer. Okay? Je ne bois pas de café. I don't drink coffee, for example. Or I don't drink water. Je ne bois pas d'eau, for example. Notice that's I have the apostrophe here in case something starts with a vowel. Then that's what you would just use it like that. Notice it's pretty easy if it's negative, because you're just using de all the time, except unless there's a vowel, then it's d apostrophe. Quite easy if it's negative. So how do you know when to use the partitive? Well, when you're trying to say some of something, and it's unspecified. It doesn't have to be boire. Notice any of these verbs you can use the partitive. You can say, for example, je mange de la pizza. Notice pizza is feminine. I'm eating of the pizza, literally it means, but I'm eating some pizza. Or I'm eating pizza, it could mean. So it could mean any of these verbs or quite often have a tendency to use the partitive. Now, definite articles have a tendency to be used with preference verbs. So for example, here, je mange de la tarte. I'm eating some pie. I like the pie. J'aime la tarte. Notice here, the with a preference verb. And here it's just it's an unspecified quantity. It's not specific. I hate the pie, of course, would be je déteste la tarte. Now this could mean I hate the pie, or I hate pie in general. It's just with a preference verb you use definite article. So notice if it's a negative, you don't change it. There's no actually special form like de. It just stays le, la, or les. So let's say I don't hate pie. It would be je ne déteste pas. So, je ne déteste pas la tarte. Notice the la doesn't actually change in the when it's negated. So, same thing with préférer. Je préfère le chocolat. Je ne préfère pas le chocolat. Je mange du chocolat. Je ne mange pas de chocolat. Okay? So it depends on the verb you're using generally. These verbs have a tendency to be used with the partitive. These verbs have a strong tendency to be used with the definite article. So if I were to give you a test and ask you, would that be le chocolat or du chocolat here? Probably it'd be le chocolat because détester is right here. Le, right there. Because it's a preference verb, and with preference verbs you use definite articles. Thank you.